Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to assemble, review and of course do a size comparison of Angron, Daemon Primarch of Khorne. I already made an unboxing of this specific miniature, so right now we are going to focus into the assembling. If you are interested into my first impressions of the sprues, the beads and the instructions by themselves, I invite you to check the unboxing, and of course I'm going to leave the link in the description. I have to say that I'm very happy right now because I got Angron more than 1 month ago right now. And until now I have been practicing with other World Eaters miniatures, and right now I feel very confident to assemble and paint these miniatures. So right now I feel very happy because it's finally happening. I'm going to start taking the beads out of the sprue, and that makes me super happy. Here we have finally a fully assembled Angron, an awesome looking miniature, and I have to say that he's bigger than I expected, and that makes me full of joy, because of course the bigger the better. And even if I'm not sure about how I'm going to paint this miniature on camera, because right now you can clearly see that I cannot put him fully, so I will have to manage to do something, but it will be worth it because he looks awesome. And as you can see, I decided not to glue him to the base because I consider that it's going to be much more easier for me to paint this miniature if first I do the base and after that I do the miniature. At first, I thought about gluing Angron to the base and keep this arm unassembled, so I will paint Angron and then this arm, but no, I prefer to do first the base and then Angron fully. Aside from that, I have to say that he is so big and massive and there's so much space that it's not an issue. And I didn't glue the base, that allows me to access with the brush here, and I can reach everything. Like basically there's nothing that I cannot reach here. Maybe it will be a little bit more uncomfortable, but I do think that when I will be recording how I paint this miniature, it will be nicer to see like the full Angron and the full painting process of him and then the base. So that's why I decided to actually assemble him fully, and he looks awesome. But of course, if you are going to paint this miniature and you would like to assemble it in a different way, go for it, because of course it's going to be much easier to have the arms separated or the wings as well, even if it's the same for the wings. I mean, here you can see that we have space and it's not impossible or super difficult to access with the brush. There's like a lot of space here. But mostly it's a matter of preference. In my case, I'm going to record how I paint this miniature, and I think that it looks nicer when I record the full assembled miniature. Things that I would like to mention. I love this miniature, of course. He's massive, and basically I think that this is the best miniature that I have, and it's totally worth it. It's full of detail and it looks awesome, basically. I mean, we can clearly see that the miniature is bigger, and thanks to that we can have extra details, like we can see all the veins here, the wings, they look super nice. It looks really good, and I'm very happy with what I have here. I like the pose. I mean, he's a little bit bigger than he seems because he has like this weird pose, but here we can see that he's actually quite tall as well, and yes, it looks nice. I mean, what can I say about this miniature that it has not been said before? He's awesome, he looks fantastic, and I'm in love with this miniature. And if I put him in the base, he looks even better. I mean, more impressive, let's say. And I'm not sure about what to do with the base yet, because as you can see, I have like this empty space here. Maybe I can try to do something. I'm not sure if try to keep it just natural, like very nature-like, or just add some kind of battlefield beats around. I'm not sure about what to do with that. Of course, you can let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for the base of this miniature. But as a whole, it looks awesome, it looks great, and especially if we compare this miniature, like for example with another World Eater, we can clearly see that the size of Angron is massive. This is clearly a Daemon Primarch of Khorne, and he looks like something that you wouldn't like to see in real life. Now that I started, let's do a nice size comparison with Angron. So of course, first I would like to do it with a Khorne Berzerker that I painted in the channel. And yes, we can clearly see here that of course we are talking about a massive, beautiful centerpiece for the army. And now here we have a jackal that is supposed to be the size of a regular human in the universe of Warhammer 40k. So yes, Angron is definitely like a massive centerpiece for the army, and if you are a person in that universe, you definitely don't want to see Angron ever, because how can you stop this if you are the size of this? I mean, just the weapons are like crazy. And here we have Lord Invocatus that I painted quite recently. And here they don't look that different in terms of size, because of course Lord Invocatus is riding this huge juggernaut, and yes, they look a little bit more similar, but of course Angron is like 5 times bigger anyway than the juggernaut. And here you can see Angron side by side with a Ballistus Dreadnought and a Brutalis Dreadnought, and in this case, yes, we can see that compared with the big vehicles of the Space Marines, he's not that huge in comparison, but still he has like a strong presence because those wings make him look massive. And finally, here we have Angron with my previous biggest miniature, the Northern Emissary. And if not because of those wings, the Northern Emissary will look bigger than him. But actually, when you take a closer look at them, Angron is chunkier. His muscles are much bigger and his body is bigger than the Northern Emissary. It's just that the Northern Emissary has like this upper part, but the size of the legs and the arms, it's much more noticeable in Angron for sure. Angron is more expensive than the Northern Emissary, but of course in this case it can be justified even if they have like a similar size, because in the case of Angron we can clearly see that the amount of detail in this miniature is much bigger than in this other miniature, so it can make sense. And aside from that, here we're talking about like a very unique miniature. This is something that we can get more than one in the army and it will be okay, but in this case this is meant to be like the big centerpiece of the whole army, something that we have to look at, and just by looking at all the detail that we have around, yes, it can be worth it for sure. And this is it, this is the end of the video. This is how I assembled Angron. Of course, I cannot wait to start painting these miniatures, so very soon there will be a video about that. And if you are interested, I invite you to give me a like and subscribing, because for sure there will be more Angron very soon. And with all of this being said, this is the moment to finish the video, and after that probably I will start working on him. So with all of this being said, as usual, if you are still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.